Hey folks, we're down here at our 28-foot Grady White saltwater boat and we're doing a little refurbishment. Now, one of the things that was very concerning was our combing bolsters. They looked terrible. Now, I don't care where you live in the country, your combing bolsters take a beating from the rain, the sun, and just the overall wet conditions of being in the water. Now, unless you keep your boat inside dry storage at all times, your combing bolsters are going to start to look like this. The foam becomes completely waterlogged. The plywood backing just starts to disintegrate. And that's just not going to work. You have to make a decision. Do you start fixing them and repairing them, or do you find an alternative? Well, I decided to find an alternative, and that alternative is Aqua Marine Dec. Aqua Marine Dec makes top quality non-skid products for boating and marine applications. Their product improves safety and helps reduce noise in your vessel. Now, they have a lot of colors to choose from, and I chose this really nice Bimini blue. This product here is 20 millimeters thick, so they can do very thin products and very thick products. But this is going to work great for our combing bolsters. Now, when I ordered these, I had them add a 45-degree bevel so that when we do take water or rain, it just runs right off. But this closed cell foam isn't going to absorb water, and it's going to last for years. Now, this product comes with a high-strength adhesive on the back, and there's a paper on the back that we've got to remove to install this. So I want to go through some items that you're going to need for your installation. You're going to need some acetone. Acetone is going to be your best friend on this application. You want that surface to be super clean so that the adhesive on the back of your material sticks with no problems. This is a seam roller. I'd highly recommend a seam roller because this allows you to really press that material down to your surface and make sure you get maximum adhesion. You also need some tape. I've got some Scotch shipping tape here. This has some fiber in it, but the great thing about this is it won't leave a residue on our combing bolsters once I take it off. So get yourself some good tape. We're gonna need a razor knife. We have to be able to score the back of the paper on the adhesive so that we can start to apply it. Now, depending on your project, you might need a square or some type of ruler just so you can line everything up. This product is super easy to install. They've got great installation videos at aquamarinedec.com to show you how to do typical installations. The combing bolster installation is probably the most difficult to do, but quite frankly, we're going to show you how to make it easy. So let's get started. First thing I did is I dry fit everything. As you can see, I've used my packing tape just to put everything in place so I can line it up. Now I've got a couple tricks for you to help line this stuff up. This is where I'm using my square. Now, we're using the top of the gunnel to make sure that the material is exactly the same distance no matter where we go around the boat. I've also put in place some painter's tape, and that will help us line this up as we start pulling the backing off of the material. We want to lay it in place. But I want you to take a close look at something I've done on the tape, because we all know that sometimes when we put tape down to mark something, the tape's not exactly level. So what I've done is I put a dot on the tape where the material will exactly line up with that tape. That's my edge that I want to make sure the material's right on. So you guys, as you can see, I'm really cleaning up the area we're going to apply our combing bolsters with acetone. And really make sure these areas are super clean, because if it's not clean, the adhesive won't adhere very well. We don't want issues later on because we were lazy in getting this cleaned up. Okay, so we've cleaned everything with acetone. Now it's time to start removing the backing and setting our material down using our marks as guides to ensure that we're setting everything where we want it the first time. So I'm going to start working my way in the back, pulling the adhesive. And take a look at my first mark. I'm going to set it. And then I'm going to start pulling my paper backing. To my next mark. As I set that, I'm going to push from where I started applying back to my next mark. Just kind of hold it in place, and then we're going to continue to work down. So I have this side applied. Now it's time to apply this side. So at this point, I don't need my tape. So I can start pulling my tape off because the adhesive on this side over here will hold it in place. Push from the center out as you apply this. You want to reduce having any air bubbles. We use our roller. Again, work from the center out. Once we have this material in place, it's very important that we start going over the edges right along here. We want to just make sure that it's pressed in and completely adhering. You can just use your thumbs for this. If your material is thin enough, then of course you can use your roller. But if the material is thick like this, you're going to have to use your hands to do it. I'm going to finish pressing this down, and then I'm going to go around and finish up the installation of these combing bolsters. Okay guys, so what we've got here is a small alcove for my transom door. A lot of boats have configurations like this. If you have a configuration like this, one thing to consider is you want things to look symmetrical. So I talked to the good folks at Aquamarine Dec, and we discussed how to make things look symmetrical. So the port side of the boat only comes to about this point. And as you can see right here, we actually created a seam right here. Through a lot of discussion and their experience, they said, look, a bevel will look better than just butting it up on the material. And so that's what we decided to do. And just in the dry fit, it looks great. But if you face things like this, these challenges, you just talk to Aquamarine Dec, and they're going to help you overcome those challenges and come up with a solution that's going to work in your boat. Okay guys, as you can see, installation was no problem, and man, does it look great. Those combing bolsters are going to last for years to come. If you're interested in increasing safety, reducing noise, then you need to contact Aquamarine Dec. Those guys make great non-skid products for so many boating and marine applications. For more information, visit their website at aquamarinedec.com. Thanks for watching.